Hi there and welcome back to Toffee TV. It's me, Paul, and this is the FPL show. I'm going to be honest, this one has been difficult to prepare for, but I've still got for you what I think you should do with regards to Jordan Pickford. I've also got a differential shout still, and I've still got my highest scoring player prediction from Everton for you as well. And hopefully there will be one this week, because there hasn't been so far. Let's get on with this, shall we? So first up, I shall share with you the talking points versus Villa. There's not many. My Everton long-term FPL pick, who that might be. My Everton differential shout. My top scoring game week 3 Everton player prediction, who I think that might be. And the most owned players, most owned Everton players by Evertonians. Okay, so first up then, game week talking points. First off, DCL started and then went off injured. So that was not very good for us as Evertonians, and he is probably, when fit, our best asset, so that's a real downer. Our defence was all over the place. Who starts this week in defence? I really don't know. Ashley Young looked old in this game, I've got to be honest, was beaten handsomely by Leon Bailey. For example, Nathan Patterson, and the questions are out there. We keep hoping he's going to turn into that player we think he might, but the evidence is showing otherwise at this moment in time. And Michael Keane is, as has been alluded to already last week, is an accident just waiting to happen, and those accidents happened last week. Even Tarkowski's starting to make mistakes now as well, so I think there will be some changes and like a big focus on that this week. Iwobi went off injured if he's a player of yours, but he is back in training, watching the training videos and looking just his normal self. So if he is your player, then maybe you might want to hold on to him for another week. Against Wolves at home, Sheffield United away, Malpay looks most likely to score for us. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud, but it's an actual fact. Keane still started as centre-back. Still no Jared Branthwaite. He didn't even come on and have a couple of minutes this week. But there is a huge clamour for him from Evertonians. And Danjuma came on for Don when he went off injured, getting some minutes under his belt as well. So my long-term Everton pick. And yes, I know it's still Jordan Pickford. I've been through the team. I don't know who starts this week, so this is my best bet for a long-term Everton pick. And to be honest, he is a guaranteed starter, but we have got Wolves at home this week, followed by Sheffield United away, who have the lowest XG in the division. So I'm hoping for a clean sheet out of one of those two games, hopefully both after last weekend. But he did get 3 pre-season. He has got clean sheets in his locker. I think my personal opinion, whether to hold or sell, I think for me personally, there's bigger things to sort out. Yao Pedro not starting, for example, and particularly with these 2 fixtures, maybe there are other things in your team that you might want to adjust first. However, if you do have the luxury, then by all means, he's no means somebody I would be signing this week, for example. So hopefully that clears it up. Hold him if you've got him. If you've got nothing else to do, don't go out and buy him this week, would be my recommendation. But hopefully he will get a return in the next 2 weeks. Still early days though, as teams are settling in. What else have I said about him? I think it will be back to basics this weekend, and a clean sheet first and foremost. Something to build on, something we desperately need. But we do need a goal as well, and we haven't scored one of those. And the training was that they showed all about finishing practice. James Garner scored a beauty, by the way. My differential shout then, Danjuma. He is a differential, very much, but he was the first choice to replace Dom versus Villa. He managed to get some minutes in. He's had 70 minutes in total for Everton this season over 2 games. I can't remember how many it was. 52 minutes, I think he got plus injury time. DCL has not been in training still. This guy is 0.2% owned, so he is a major differential. Now, let me just clear up. I am not saying go out and sign Arnaud Danjuma for your teams. I am saying for Everton, he is my differential shout and somebody that could possibly get a return this week at £5.5 million as well. His expected goal involvement in 52 minutes versus Villa was 0.29. Sort of round that up to the per 90, it's closer to the 0.5. And basically, we're hoping to get an attack in return 1 in 2 games from this man based on those short sort of like view on stats. And that was a game we weren't really involved in, so I'm hoping against these next 2 games he can get something. So he is my differential shout. Who do I think scores the most points this week? I'm going to go and kind of hide behind the sofa or something, but honestly, with my FPL head on, it is Neil Malpay. And he might not even start, but he does look like the most likely player to score for Everton so far this season. And Sean Dyche, I think, is not afraid to make the tough decision. If he thinks it's right, he will go for it. And because he's looked the most dangerous, I think he has a shout, to be honest with you. And we haven't scored this season, so we do need somebody who's going to put it in the back of the net. He's got our highest XG over the 2 games of 1.55 and an XGI, so if you're not familiar with that, expected goal involvement, that is expected assists and expected goals added together of 1.8. And that is, to be fair, in 112 minutes. He's done everything apart from put the ball in the back of the net, but the best chances are falling to him. Will he keep missing? Maybe. Is he? Will one of them fall in? Please God, hopefully. Yeah. Like I say there, it's got to go in for him at some point. So he is my top scoring Everton player pick for game week 3, especially with DCL not in training still. Okay. Most owned Everton players by Evertonians, it's still Pickford. This was obviously last week, game week 2's data. It will be different next week. Tarkowski, Branthwaite, they're in 3rd, who almost made one of my shouts, to be honest with you. He almost made the long-term pick because we could put him on the bench and he is a £4 million defender. And if I was to do my starting 11 prediction right here, right now, then he's in it. The only thing is, I don't know if that's because I want him to be in it or because I think he'll be in it. I think it's a bit of both, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. But I think his start is coming. Certainly, Michael Keane did nothing to keep himself in the team last week, and we do need to do something different. So he could be, if he gets in, I think he may well stay in. Obviously, he'll have to perform, and if he does, then we will have a £4 million playing defender here at Everton, and he could be our most owned player at Everton moving forward, if that is the case. Okay, guys, all that's left for me to say is if you're not a Premier member, then this is the QR code to scan. It'll be at the end as well, if you haven't got your phone with you handy. And whilst you're supporting people, if you want to support anybody, support me. Follow me on my channel, FPL Focus, and on Twitter, Paul Livesey at FPL_Focus. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Let's hope Everton have a great week this week and my predictions do really well because our highest scoring player so far is only on 4 points and there's only 3 of those, which is absolutely terrible, but fits in with the rest of our season, 2 game weeks in so far. So all that's left for me to say is give us a big like, let the lads know if you like this content, and hopefully we shall be doing some more, but we do need Everton to be playing better, don't we? Right, see you later. Bye.